Hello and welcome back to the channel. I wasn't around last week, sorry, I had so much going on in my life. I didn't have time to get some stuff out, but I'm going to ground it all up in this episode. So to get the ball rolling, first thing subject is The Last of Us 2 sales drop by 80%. Now I can't find many places that are covering this, to be honest, which is quite weird. A lot of them are covering the success. It sold 4 million at launch, which is nothing special, even though they're hyping up to be an amazing, incredible thing. But its sales dropped by 80%, which equally isn't that big a deal, to be honest. A lot of game sales drop after the initial sale. People usually want to buy a game will buy it in its first week. So it's not unusual for game sales to drop, though 80% is quite high. Usually drop around the 60 to 70% margin. If they're going to drop high. 80% is quite high. Now, what's more interesting about this is that it's already been, I can't find the site now, but a couple of places are reporting it already, that this is the second week its sales dropped to 80%, but it's looked at now that its third week is dropping by 85%, so the sales are continually to drastically drop. How this will affect the franchise, we're unsure, basically. We know the game is getting a lot of hate. We know there's a lot of YouTubers, a lot of people, especially like Angry Joe and that, he's now done his full review and gave it a 6 out of 10. He was going to give it a 5, but he upscored it due to its graphics and stuff like that, and its gameplay, which he liked. So he eventually settled on a 6. There are a lot of YouTubers, big, people like PewDiePie and stuff like that, are really downplaying his score, and they're big people in the sort of gaming industry that they've got a lot of followers, so a lot of people will see their remarks on the game, and there's a lot of people like that are coming out and calling the game absolute nonsense, absolute trash. Yes, people do like it, and you can argue, yeah, but its scores are reflective of how popular it is. No, the scores are no reflection on the quality of the game or how popular it is. Generally, when something drops, especially if it's been lied about, you're going to buy the game and you're not going to realise it's bad until you've bought it. By that stage, they've already got your money, and that's where the original sales come in, and then that's where the sales drop will indicate that people's hate towards the game. So yeah, it's original sales and no measurement of how good the game is at all. That's just to take the pinch of salt. Because I mean, if I sold, I don't know, my second-hand car, but put it into the paper as a Ferrari, and someone bought it, it's still a second-hand crappy old car. It's not really a Ferrari, but I've still sold it, so I wouldn't call that a success. It's still a lie. I've sold it on the fabrication that it's a Ferrari when it's not. This is exactly the same case of Last of Us 2. So yes, so it'd be interesting to see how far that goes. Incidentally, though, it's the petition is going quite well to have the whole story redone. As I said before, I really hope this doesn't happen. I really hope that they don't redo the story, because it will be a massive win for Sony, because it means they will just make more money off you, because they will redo the story, do it as a remaster, sell it on the PS5, want another £60 off you, and sadly people will pay it, and Sony will be laughing their heads off, and that then become just like remasters and remakes will just become a new thing. They will release bad stories and release the story as a good version and sell it. It's just awful. It's an awful turn of events. I hope this game does not get redone with a new story. Oh, right, let's move on to the next bit of news. So, moving into next generation, there's the concern that prices might go up of games. Like NBA 2K21 will be priced at £70 now, $70 instead of generally $60. It's gone up by $10 already, and now the concern is, will this be the new way of things to come? Games are getting better, so will they be demanding more money? Which is ridiculous and greedy, because it's just ridiculous and greedy. The problem with this, of course, is developers. I can see both sides of the argument. Developers want more money, because a lot of the money, people think £60 goes to developers or whatever. Like if Sony sells an exclusive game, 100% of that money goes to Sony. It's not true. Same as multiplats or anything. Anyone that releases the game, all the money does not go to the developers. The developers only actually get about 15% of the 60 quid. A lot of it goes to other things, the production, the casing. All the money is broken up. I've done it in a video previously. I think it was a video on exclusives I've done about a year or so ago. The developers don't actually get much money. This is why Game Pass is actually favoured, because the developers get more money. First party games, developers get more money than multiplayer games. But still, nothing near to 100%. They on even first party exclusives, they probably get about 30%, and then Sony will get 30%, and then the other 30% goes on the production of physical copies. This is why digital's better. On digital games, developers get more money because less money goes into the production of the casing and all that nonsense, and the advertising, blah blah blah. So this is why I prefer digital. And this is why I prefer Game Pass, because they get more money. But moving forward, I've gone off a bit. Moving forward, no, they shouldn't raise the price. I can see them raising the prices because they want more money, but ultimately it's not the way to do things. You just need to go digital with your games, or just put them on a subscription service like Game Pass. And if this does happen, this is where Game Pass is absolutely going to shine, because if all games go up to £70, Game Pass, you're going to still get the games for your £1, $1 a year. Because that's if you break down all the games on it, it works out that games are less than $1 a year. Each game's worth $1 a year. So this is where Game Pass will shine even more if the game prices go up. It's going to make Game Pass even more lucrative. But this is very interesting. We'll have to see how this develops, because as I said, NBA 2K21 will be priced at $70. Will that put you off buying the game? If games go up by £10, will that put you off buying the game? Will it make you probably look at things like such as EA Access or Game Pass now to subscriptions to get your games? Will that make it more interesting to you? You think, hey, actually, I might as well pay £60 for the year and get these games rather than paying £60, £70 and just getting one game. As I said here, I just said it here, next 6 subscriptions costs have gone up. They've all gone up 100%, but they're still cheaper and they're still better. It's better overall than buying an actual game. Yes, this is news. We'll have to see how it develops. I'll report on this over the coming weeks leading up to the next generation, if it picks up traction, if it goes anywhere, or if it's just like a one-off. Let's move on to the next topic. So this news dropped early last week. Microsoft is shutting down Mixer and partnering with Facebook Gaming. Now, yes, I agree with this totally. Mixer, it was good. I enjoyed Mixer. I didn't use it that often. I don't usually stream. I'm not a streamer, so I don't really stream my games. But it was good because it was much more versatile. You could do a lot more with it. You could record your gameplays and just download them straight into YouTube, or do whatever you want with them from the get-go. It had far more functionality. It just had much more. It was just better, generally better than Twitch or YouTube for streaming. It did have a lot of glitches, and it obviously was big. That was ultimately the problem with Mixer. The issue with Mixer is Mixer's tried to jump into a monopoly which YouTube and Twitch already massively dominate. Firstly, they come out way ahead of Mixer. Secondly, and this is where exclusives come in, Mixer was exclusive, whereas Twitch and YouTube is not exclusive. Twitch isn't exclusive to PS4, YouTube's not exclusive to anything. They're neither of them exclusive. They're on all platforms, so everyone can use them, whereas Mixer wasn't. It was exclusive, and this is where once again you get exclusives going up against multiplats. It's not going to win. You're not going to win the title race, I'm afraid. When you're trying to outsell something that's a multiplat, it's not going to work. So its first fault was being exclusive. It's never going to compete. Secondly, it was already behind on the monopoly. Twitch already was way ahead, and it already had too many sort of big independent people who already committed to it. So it never really, no matter how much money they throw into it, it was never going to compete, regardless of how great and fantastic it was. It was never going to compete at the end of the day. But what's most interesting is that they've partnered with Facebook. To be exact, Facebook Gaming, which is an app you can get. I think on your Xbox console, on your phone and everything, and you can play the games via that. Now, reading some of I've never really used it. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not a fan of Facebook or any social media really, other than YouTube. Yeah, it's not getting very good reviews, but these are only just come out since Mixer closed. I'm not sure people are talking about Mixer. So, on the Facebook app. So, Facebook is massive, as we all know. It is absolutely massive. So, teaming up with Facebook will bring more attention to Mixer, but overall, I think that aside, Mixer aside, I think it's a good partnership for Microsoft to get in. At the moment, they're teaming up with Samsung, and now they're teaming up with Facebook. They're teaming up with a lot of people at the moment, and I think they're making the right moves. They're getting in there and just throwing their products everywhere to all consumers, all gamers can all just switch on to gaming, and they want their product everywhere, so everyone can play it everywhere and anywhere. And I can totally see where Microsoft come from, because it's what I would do as a business, because at the end of the day, I would like to make money. If I can make more money, I can buy more studios and make more games. If I can make more games, my gamers are going to buy more games. If I'm going to buy more games, I'm going to sell more games, I'm going to make more money, I'm going to buy more games, make more money, buy more games, make more money. That's how it goes. You see, it's that simple. That's why Microsoft, Xbox are moving across multiple platforms, so they can make more money, so they can buy more studios, so they can make more games, so they can make more money. Rinse, repeat. So that's great. The other interesting thing about this, I find actually, it's this. Now, I wonder how far this partnership goes, because as some of you might not be aware, Facebook's news proof. Facebook also have a VR headset out, and they're looking massively into VR. They are a very wealthy company as well, but they're pushing for VR, and they've made some excellent glasses, to be honest, which are more like sunglasses rather than the big goggly PS glasses and the Oculus things. These are, I don't know if there's a picture here. Have you got a picture anywhere? No. These are just, they've not got a picture here for some reason, but they are just sunglasses. That's basically what you're going to see there. And they're pushing very much and trying a lot into VR. Now, the interesting thing is, will this partnership with Facebook also have a deal with VR? Because I know Phil has said, a lot of people think next generation's not going to have VR, or Phil said, we're not going to bother with VR. That's not what Phil said at all. To paraphrase Phil, he said we will invest in VR if it's what the gamers want. At the moment, it's not. People can say, yes, we do want it. You don't, because the numbers have spoken. About 4 million people bought PSVR, and that's the highest selling VR unit, the PSVR, and it only sold 4 million. So, as it stands, no, it was nowhere near worth investing in. Nothing close. As a comparison, people say Kinect failed, and Kinect sold 26 million, and that's been classed as a failure. And that's the first Kinect VR. That's not the one that comes with Xbox One. That's the 360 Kinect. That sold 26 million. And so I don't think it'd just be interesting to see. Yeah. So as I said, Phil said they're not going to pursue it at the moment. But wonder if a Facebook partnership will hold some sort of contract, or it'd be interesting to see how far they've gone with this partnership. If it's just that, or will Facebook develop the VR to work on Xbox as well, which would be massively interesting, especially with just sunglasses, and it's affordable, because that's the main problems with VR at the moment. It's too clunky and big, and it's not very affordable for everyone. So it'd be interesting to see where this develops, and if Microsoft, if they are partnership with Facebook, are willing to throw some money in to get this thing developed. So I'd love to hear more about that in the future to see where this goes. So yes, let's move on to the final bit of news. So the Xbox July event dropping the 20th or 23rd of this month, July. Fable trademark renewed by Microsoft. Here's what it could mean. So the Fable trademark has definitely been renewed. What's all about this is that I thought if the game was already sort of in development, it would have been renewed already. So that's the only thing I'm curious about. Is the game further off from completion than we thought? They only just started production on it. Will we still see it at the show? So that's the more interesting take from this, I think. But it does show they are actually making Fable. As you know, they got the Xbox show in July, which is going to show their first party. And I don't like reporting on rumours and stuff, but it's rumoured that we're going to see Hellblade 2 gameplay, Everwild gameplay, Halo Infinite gameplay, Forza 9 gameplay, probably more from Microsoft Flight Sim. I think it's Project Mara, Obsidian's other game. I think it's Obsidian. Or it could be Ninja Theory's other game. I'm getting confused who's making games. Everyone's making games now. We'll most likely see more from Battletoads. We're going to see Fable, possibly, but not gameplay. We'll probably just see an advert for it. The same goes for Ninja Gaiden, has been mentioned several times, which is interesting because the developers of that are not first party, but it is also rumoured they're looking to buy it. There's going to show a couple more first party studio acquisitions. They're going to buy a couple more studios. Could the developers of that game, which also make Neo, N-I-N-O-I-H, is it, on the PS4 exclusive, will they be buying that developer? Which means we're massively interested if they buy that developer, and because they're the ones that make Ninja Gaiden, so that's interesting. And then what other ones with Fable, Ninja Gaiden, Perfect Dark, another new first party reboot. So they've got quite a few first party games. That's not including all the other companies that first party studios that are making stuff. So that's a lot of first party games they're ready to show. If they show them plus more. A lot more, which is what was disappointing about the Sony show. There was a massive lack of first-party games. I mean, at launch, it looks like they've got Spider-Man DLC and Bugsnax. Other than that, you've got Horizon Zero Dawn 2, which is probably a 2022 title, and then a remake of something or other. Was it? I can't remember now. One of the fighting hack and slash remakes. Sony's first party was pretty poor, really, to be honest. But this is very, very strong for Microsoft. If they show the games I just said, that'd be a very good lineup. But thank you all for watching. Tell me what you think below regarding the price increase, what games you think they show, and The Last of Us 2. Did you enjoy the game, or does it deserve a lot of hate that it is getting? Thank you all for watching. Please sub, share, and throw this out on Twitter or everywhere else you have. I don't have Twitter. I left it over a year ago now. Love to hear from you, and goodbye from now.